up guys, welcome to today's video. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend so far. So this is going to be a little different than my normal videos on here. You guys can probably tell from the title. It's going to be a little Q&A talking about living in Los Angeles, covering basically all the questions that you guys asked me. Expenses, what it's like, do I still like living here, the pros and cons of it, do I feel safe living in the specific area we're in. So we're gonna go through all the juicy stuff about Los Angeles. Sit back, relax, enjoy the video guys, and let's do this. So I figured the best way to go about this Q&A is not to just sit here, but kind of give you guys an entire tour, not just of our apartment, but of the entire complex as a whole, so you guys can kind of get a visual on what it's like for the amount of money we're paying each month. So we're gonna kind of go through each specific place in the complex. I'll give you guys a little tour, and then I'll answer you guys' questions. And this guy is gonna be the tour guide. He's 16.5 pounds now. I got him on that. Look at that bulking belly. Looking sharp, buddy.
In this crib style?
Absolutely. Welcome to our 1,065 square foot apartment. We're on the very top level of our apartment complex. It's 4 stories, obviously we're on the 4th floor. We are a corner unit, so we have a little bit bigger of square footage as opposed to some of the other apartments. The downside to being on the corner unit is we don't actually have a balcony. Now for the information, for the facts about this apartment. We are paying, I think rent is $28.50.
I think it's $28.80.
I think it's $28.80 a month, but in total with like utilities and everything like that, we're just about $1,000 each. There's 3 of us that live here, so that means it's $3,000 for a 1,065 square foot apartment in the center of Hollywood. We're pretty much right in the center of Hollywood, so to give you guys perspective on that. Really expensive. I came, before I lived here, I've traveled around quite a bit. We lived in Miami. We dropped about, I think it was $2,000 a month for Airbnbs over there. So this is by far the most expensive place I personally ever lived. I can say that for Courtney as well. But I would say in comparison to other apartments around the area, for what we get, I would say we have a really, really good deal. They actually didn't raise our rent either. So we're happy with it right now. There's obviously some pros and cons. We'll get into more detail about that as we give you guys a whole tour of the complex. Our room has an attached bathroom. Megan's room, our roommate, she has a smaller bedroom, and then her bathroom's detached, so it's kind of like the communal restroom. If like a guest comes over, they'll obviously use that one. So the big reason why I like this corner unit is actually the window behind you guys, so she can flip around. This is what really caught my eye. This is I believe the only unit in the entire complex that has a view, just because if you guys look to the left right here, there's a building that pretty much covers everything else. A negative side to pretty much living in Los Angeles is there's always going to be construction going on. For the last 1.5 years we lived here, this house or this entire building right here has been being built, so at 6 in the morning, it has been pretty good lately, but usually they wake us up around 6 in the morning just hammering away at whatever they're doing over there. So if you guys are light sleepers, Los Angeles is definitely going to be a tough situation for you. I sleep through it, Courtney wakes up, which really depends. But
especially sirens and helicopters.
Sirens, helicopters, there's
people
always
screaming,
yeah,
dogs barking.
All kinds of stuff going on. So yeah, let's just give you guys a tour real quick. I don't want to take up too much time. You guys have seen this before if you guys have followed me. Kitchen. You guys know YouTube's pretty much my job, so if I were to get another apartment, if we were to move, I would definitely want a kitchen that kind of opens up a little bit more and makes it easier for me to film, but that's pretty much it. We don't really have a dining room, so our table's right there.
Now we got a puppy potty area in there.
Super quick look. I'm not going to go into our roommate's room, but just a quick look at the bathroom. That's the size of it. I'll give you guys a better look at our restroom. So we're going to come over here.
It's nice. One good thing is that the bedrooms are on separate sides.
Yeah, that's a big thing. We like having the bedrooms on a separate side. So this is our room, guys. Welcome. Another good view. We got 2 good views. We got actually a view of the hills. My desk is right here, so I really like having the view of that. And this is an Eastern King, so it's pretty much the biggest bed you can get, and it doesn't take up a whole lot of room. And then the restroom. I'm only gonna turn on this light because if you turn on the other ones, the fan will go on. This is pretty much it.
I would say, can I make a comment? A downside of this is that we only have one sink, which is kind of odd because we have this huge like sink area, but only one sink, which is annoying for 2 people. And I would say my least favorite thing about this room is our closet situation. Like the closet is so tiny that I had to buy my own, and we still don't have enough space, so it's a little bit frustrating, especially if you're a girl and you have a lot of clothes. Like, do you want to show them how small your closet is on the inside? Yeah. Not a lot of space.
All right, so now we're gonna walk around the apartment complex.
He's shitting on the floor.
We're now gonna give you guys a tour of the complex. The first place we're gonna show you guys is the pool, which is right down here. The pool's actually on level 1, so in order to get there faster, you smash it.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, that's how it works.
It's not Super Smash Brothers. Give you that 360.
So, hot tub.
Which was not hot for like the first year that we lived here.
A really bad thing about this is you can literally hear every conversation that someone has down here because of all the balconies up here. It like echoes like crazy, like that. I don't know if you guys can hear that, guys. Might have to help them out. But my favorite thing about this entire area is the barbecue over there. So we've been doing a lot of barbecues lately, which has been a lot of fun. You get like 2 hours of sun most of the days because you guys see the buildings kind of block the sunlight for most of the day. But if you time your tanning session right, you'll get some sun down here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and answer a question. Are you currently happy with your living situation, and where else would you want to live? That's a good question. Specifically this apartment complex, I really like it. I don't really have a whole lot of issues, especially since rent's like I think it's a really, really good deal for everything else that's around where we live. In Los Angeles, I'm definitely getting closer and closer to wanting to move. I don't think my specific career requires me to live here, and if I don't like need to live here, then there's definitely some other places that I have in mind, just quality of life, cost of living, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't know, I'm on like the border about that. I really like LA, but then I'm also not opposed to moving outside of Los Angeles, even to a different state, just because I'm still pretty relatively young and definitely want to try out more places for sure. All right, we're gonna head down to below us.
And so we can stop here, someone coughing their lungs out.
Down to the dungeon. Okay, this is the very bottom level. This is like the parking garage area. Laundry room. So we have those laundry rooms, but then there's also 2 washer and dryers on every level of the floor, so we never really have an issue with that.
They added 2 bathrooms down here in case you can't make it to your apartment.
Okay. I've lived here for 2 years, guys, and literally like 3 days ago, Garrett was like, "What's in here?" In this little room down in like in the dungeon of this apartment complex. I was like, I have no idea what's in there. My key ended up working and unlocking this. So this is a room that I just discovered after 2 years of living here. It's supposed to be a sound studio, but I mean, I might come down here and start editing videos and stuff because it's pretty freaking dope. I don't think a whole lot of people know about this little area either, so it's really, really nice. So now that we're down in this quiet area, I'm gonna answer a few questions all at once, and there's like 10 or 15 questions all in regards to like cost of living and how much should I save up each month to like get a nice place. So first we're gonna cover housing, so whether you live in an apartment, wherever you live, I would say be prepared to spend no less than $1,000 a month, and keep in mind that is with roommates. I highly doubt you're gonna find a place on your own less than $1,000 a month. Eki lives in a 500 square foot studio, and he pays, I think, $1,300 including utilities a month. So he's spending about $15,000 a year in just living. And like I said, it's a studio, 500 square foot. So yeah, if you want like a nicer place in a nicer area, there's apartment complexes here that are 3 bedrooms for 10 grand a month. Obviously, you don't have to go that high, but the average for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath is probably about 3,000 to 3,500. The nicer ones are closer to 4,000 a month, so be prepared to probably spend anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a month just in rent for an average place here. The other question is, do I feel safe? I personally feel safe. There is a big homeless issue.
There's like break-ins, theft,
Yeah,
like all kinds of stuff going. I mean, you haven't personally been like victimized, but
I
there's...
walk to the gym all the time and I've never had issues, but there is safety issues. Like with Courtney just said, she's like break-ins and stuff like that. There is issues like that. So although I feel safe, it's
definitely
it's weird. It's not like the safest area. Like
I wouldn't go walk your dog at night.
Yeah. So which is weird because it's weird because I live here and I never really.
Well, you're also a man.
How much does traffic play a factor in where you live? So, if you guys are planning on moving here, live where you're gonna work. Like, that's the best, and even if you're gonna pay an extra couple $100s a month, live where you work, because it's gonna drive you insane. Every time I get stuck in traffic, I'm like, screw this place, I wanna move. It's still frustrating. I've lived here for 2 years and it drives me absolutely insane. It can take you an hour to get 2 miles sometimes here, so just be prepared to be stuck in traffic. It sucks. It's a big reason why it's actually a big con of living here. What everyone says about traffic, it's true. It's absolutely awful, and it'll take a lot of your day up. And it's like stop and go too, so it's not like you're driving far distances. You're not going very far, and it's gonna take you a long time.
And if you are going far, it's gonna take you.
Oh yeah.
And
it took me 2 hours to get 30 miles, to keep that in perspective for you guys the other day.
And it's not even always during rush hour.
Yeah,
there's constant traffic.
There's traffic, like there's traffic outside of a street because of the strip clubs at night, like 2, 3 a.m. There's like traffic jams out right next to our house because of like the clubs and stuff. This is one of the 2 parking garages.
Definitely a huge pro.
Yeah, I really like having the parking spots. Tandem though.
But parking is another LA nightmare.
Yeah.
If you can find a place with parking, it's a definite.
It's a little quieter over here. I'm not going to answer any questions because it's super loud, but I want to show you guys the dog run. We've just started using this little area right here because of Kai, but this has been waking us up quite a bit.
There's literally like 5 construction projects around us. I would say this is not a super common thing in buildings, so it's cool to have this, especially because we don't have a yard since we live in an apartment, so it's nice to be able to bring Kai back here. I hope he gets stuck. Nice.
So someone was in the gym, so I'm gonna give you guys some B-roll of the gym, and I'm gonna answer the final 2 questions upstairs in our apartment. That's pretty much it.
I wanted to be a part of these final questions.
Yeah, she's like begging me to get on. She wanted some camera time.
People probably don't even know it exists anymore.
Alright, what did you want to say?
Well, I feel like we both live here, so...
No, absolutely. Say what you...
No, well, and...
Oh, you want to... Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to answer the last 2 questions, and she's going to
get my...
join in as well.
My peanut gallery.
I know one of them, this was a good one. Is it worth it? And I assume she's talking about like quality of living to cost of living. So, my first thought is, do I feel like I'm getting what I'm like paying for here? It's hard to say because I've only, I don't know. Is it worth it? I would say unless you have a job that requires you to live in Los Angeles to make money, then I would say it's no, just because of how expensive it is. But with that being said, I don't want to make it sound like I hate living here. There's always something to do. There's Runyon Canyon right next door. There's always going to be something going on, so it's like you're never going to be bored.
I feel like that question's really relative.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it really depends. Like, so is it worth it for me? It's her answer is gonna be totally different, but
like if you love Los Angeles,
yeah, I feel like absolutely,
and you want to be here, and you're getting like what you want out of the experience, then it's worth it for you. But you know, it is really freaking expensive, and I think we would enjoy it more if it wasn't so expensive.
Yeah.
So,
like, not only that, it's just like on top of the actual living, it's just like taxes, all that kind of stuff. Like
the traffic. There's a lot of I saw a question that was like pros and cons. There's definitely a lot of cons about living here.
Yeah, for sure. I think if you guys have had your heart set on living here for a while, go ahead and
try it out.
Try a year at least. Try it out. You don't have to like commit to living here. Long term though, I don't think it's gonna be a long term thing.
I think it's definitely a city for like if you like the lifestyle here. And if you're young, it's a good city, but I don't think it's a place to live forever or like raise a family for sure. Especially maybe not this area of Los Angeles, like maybe other places in California, but not like Hollywood for sure.
Final question: what have you benefited from living in LA? Business, lifestyle, day-to-day opportunities. For me, it really just helped me kind of get that hustle out of me. It helped me like really focus on what I needed to focus on, like work-wise. Specifically for YouTube, I mean, yeah, there's definitely stuff you can make content with out here, but I think you can obviously make content pretty much anywhere you live. So in that aspect, not really. There's not really a benefit to living here in that sense.
Also, still a relative question. Like,
yeah,
everyone's not gonna have the same experience that Nick has. Like, everyone has different personalities. Everyone could get something different out of Los Angeles. It depends like what you come out here to do and what you get out of it. Like, I'm sure you could get more networking if you went out and networked.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's like I wanted to say this earlier, like it's such a relative thing because even like the cost of living, what you get out of it, all that stuff is like dependent on you, like what you want, where you want to live, what you want out of your apartment situation, what area of Los Angeles you want to live. Like it varies so much.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. To sum it up, it's basically you can really enjoy yourself out here depending on if like how much you're willing to spend. It can be the best time of your life, or if you like maybe don't have the biggest budget, it could be a little bit of a tough time. But that's like with LA. It's like you go to LA, you start off, everyone starts off kind of struggling in a sense, and then you kind of build yourself up from there. So like just building, like it really helps build your character up and build everything else up. And then obviously if you did move anywhere else, it's probably gonna be cheaper, so that's a benefit too as well. It's like anywhere else you're gonna move, you're probably not gonna be spending that much in rent. And that's gonna wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's gonna be interesting to edit this. There's a lot of just like clips that I don't know if we're gonna end up using or not. Drop a like if you guys did enjoy the video. Please, it just helps the channel out a ton, helps the YouTube algorithms out when you guys give these video likes. Comment anything down below. If I missed anything or want to go in more in detail, just comment down below. I'll answer you. I read all the comments and stuff like that. If you guys are interested in working with me on a closer basis, be sure to check out the website down below. Let me know down below what video you guys want to see next. This was actually a video that you guys wanted me to do, so that's why I did it.